I've got to show you guys this insane 4-card OTK combo. That's a meme that works a little bit too well. But before we dive into that, I have to tell you about AQUA.xyz. They're giving away thousands of dollars in NFTs and tokens to you guys for their Lunar New Year giveaway. All you got to do is register, the link in the description below, and go to AQUA.xyz and connect your wallet. Visit every day between the 23rd and the 27th, and you're going to get tokens and NFTs from the biggest games on IMX. All these things for free. Just go check it out. Link in the description below. So here's H-Pain's original deck list. He sent this to me. He went 100% over 10 games in Mythic with this deck. This deck revolves around 4 cards as a combo to OTK your opponent. Those cards are Necronomics in order to refresh 5 mana, Over the Line in order to send everything into your opponent's face, and then the key cards here, Anhotep the Embalmer. Pick a card in your hand that costs no more than your total unlocked mana gems, take its mana cost in damage, and reduce its cost to 0 this turn. You play this on Hippocraea's Monster. You take 9 damage. Hippocraea's Monster, down to 15 bucks by the way, suddenly becomes like a 30, 35 or whatever. And you also have Anhotep as 8 attack. So you're easily able to do 30 damage in 1 turn. However, you do eat 14 damage yourself. It is a meme, but again, 100% Mythic. This deck is hard countered by certain things, like Anubians. There's a lot of Anubians in this deck. So if you run into Anubians, there's no void hate. You're playing Anubians, you're probably just going to die. If you play against Control Deception, they can just cut through one of your 4 pieces of your combo, and then you're in trouble. Also, sometimes the cards that you need are on the very bottom of the deck, as it is a 4-card combo. It's hard to find all of your pieces in a timely fashion.
I'm out of cards.
Which is why there's so much card draw in this deck, as well as healing, because you need to have 15 health. I also threw together this budget version of the deck just to see if it could be done. You really only need the 4 key cards to the combo, and then you can put anything else in the entire deck that you want, as long as you can survive to 8 mana and also have enough health to do this. In this version, I have the Beached Colossus, which is maybe the worst card in the game. It's 2 cents. Its frontline can attack at the start of your turn, deal 5 damage to each god. This card is terrible, no one's ever played it, but it's got 14 attack, and you can send that with Over the Line. Anhotep into Beached Colossus into Over the Line. With a Pip and Necronomics, you can do it at 8 mana, so you can actually do this 4 turns earlier than you can do the other combo with Hippocraea. So there's some interesting things to play around with in this deck for sure. Let me know in the comments if you guys come up with a cooler list that's free to play. Would love to see it. What's up, guys? It's me from the future. I didn't record my face while doing Weekend Ranked, but I'm going to do some commentary, let you know where I made some misplays. Here in the Mulligan, the number one thing we're looking for is card draw. Yes, we got some removal, but the number one thing that makes Death Control so good is it's got tons of card draw. The ramp is super helpful. It's nice that we got some ramp, but we need card draw, especially with this deck. There's a 4-card combo. If we were to draw each piece of the combo one after another, we already have 1 piece. We can't use it until 9 mana, so those are just dead cards. Here he plays Contagious Ghoul, which is a known card in the Casino Death archetype. He's going to try and put like a Polyhymnia in his Void. It's a little cheeky. Try and get it out on turn 2. I did that once. Here's a video of that if you want to watch that after this one. But so now we just figure, all right, we don't have any card draw. I guess we can get some ramp out. And we want to save our Pip if we can, so no Blight Bomb here. Very important to save that Pip to get to 6 mana, 7 mana, even 5 mana sometimes. Depends on what you got in your deck. But luckily he low rolls his card going into the Void there. Gets a Melician Magistrate. Now he puts out ramp as well. We can both unlock 2 crystals here, which is pretty huge. And we top deck some heal. The heal is nice. We need to stay above a certain amount of HP in order to do the combo. You're going to take 14 damage in order to do this combo. So you gotta make sure that you have enough health to do the combo. Oh, so he plays a Strix Construct here, which is kind of an underplayed card perhaps. It's a little bit weak, but it's got armor, and everyone knows armor is OP. So here he plays the Milesian Magistrate, which means when that dies, the Strix comes back again, which is pretty nuts. Kind of a cool, I really like this guy's deck. It's very cool, very fun. I was messing around with the Magistrates recently, and they're very fun. Here we got Neferu. Clears the board, except it doesn't because that Strix comes back, but that's okay. I figure we can get the Strix either by trading. He takes the trade for us. We also had that Curse of Greed if we needed it. So, managing to keep the board clean. Got that Tomb Carver. Plays this weird 3-2. Not a fan of this card. Love the top deck. We get the Relic here. Necroceptor is what makes this deck really work. Tons of heal. Pressure every single turn. Your opponent has to either deal with your zombie instead of going face, or you get to start healing because your zombie is on the board. There is relic removal in the Sanctum, but he only has 5 favor, and when he kills those zombies, he's not going to get 3 favor. In fact, we'll see him kill a zombie here. He goes from 5 favor. He's only going to get up to 6. So he gains 1 favor because the Necroceptor subtracts 2 for every zombie that dies. Raised Dead is crazy. Again, part of the casino value here. He could have gotten something big in his Void early and then pulled it out. But he gets another Strix Construct. Now we can finally use that Curse of Greed, and it's empowered, so pretty nice. We're going to get Pharib's Heirloom. We are the first to get to that relic removal, of course, as well, so we can just slam that down. Assuming he's not playing a Necroceptor in his deck. Love the Void Drake. Clears the board. In the budget version of this deck, we definitely run some Void Drakes. Here I could play Bifurcating Curse. It just felt too weak. We do need to stay above 15 health. We have the Tomb Carver, so my thought was, okay, we play the Tomb Carver, we bait out more odd-powered, odd-mana creatures, and then the Bifurcating Curse gets more value. And if we have to trade the Tomb Carver into the Void Drake, it has 3 health remaining. We then use Pharaoh's Heirloom to blitz, do 2, and then it has 1 health, and then we can God Power it. So the choice here was a little bit 50-50. I think it's just not nearly enough value for the Bifurcating Curse because I only have 1. I don't have my Apocalypse Nows. I don't have my other Bifurcating Curse. So let's get some creatures on the board. Luckily, he makes trade for me, which was definitely a mistake. He should be going face. He should be trying to hurt me. Gets a Death Watch for Cutie out here, and this card heals if you're at 15 or below. So it kind of seems like he's just trying to put tons of pressure on me at this point. He's not using it for the heal, he's using it for the big body. Now he's got 2 odds. Then he uses his pip if he plays a 1-mana creature here. Oh yeah, Bifurcating Curse getting a ton of value. We take a peek at his Void before he used the card, and then we peek again after to see what goes in. It's a gold Bronze Servant. Super ironic that he milled his own relic removal. Here we can now trade off our own odd creature because it's going to die anyway when we play Bifurcating Curse. We got to heal first. Then we play Odd Cruelty, kill half his board. We're quite happy. We can always blitz Pharaoh's Heirloom into the 2-2 or use our God Power plus Zombie into the 2-2. We've got a demo. We've got 2 pieces of the combo. We're 5 turns away. So we're looking pretty good right now. He kills my zombie. Again, only going to gain 1 favor. Necroceptor's so oppressive, and he does nothing else. Such a brutal turn. So here we get the 3rd piece of the combo. And we have Pharaoh's Heirloom. This also heals when we kill the 1-1. We could God Power our 1-1 there, but I just felt like there's no point really. Would have healed for an extra 1, but I like keeping the pressure on the board. So here he plays Takat the Forgotten, which is a really cool card. It brings back the biggest creature from your Void, and if it's an Anubian, it gets Blitz and Leech. So we can't leave that on the board. And he gets so much value. He's got 2 big 7 drops. Easy bifurcating curse here. Get rid of all the odd cards. Kills my own guys. I could have god powered one of them first, and then I would have healed back up to 30 instead, but I actually liked this line, grabbing the Ambitious Adventurer from the Sanctum instead and drawing a card, because we kind of have a lot of dead cards in hand. We don't have a board wipe. We do have a demo to save our lives here, but we have 3 pieces of our combo, which are all dead until we get to 9 mana. Here he plays Trial of the Underworld, which is an awesome card, but it brings back Neferu from my Void, which means that's less damage for my Hippocrates monster. And it gives it Soulless. Here he ropes the rest of the entire turn. I think he was confused as to why the Takat didn't proc, but it doesn't proc if you bring it back from the Void. It only procs at the start of your turn or on Roar, and bringing it back from the Void is not a Roar. Neferu procs because it is not a Roar, which is very cool. Neferu does proc coming out of the Void, which is why my board got killed. Here we play Demo. We gotta stall him. He's starting to get a really big board. We don't have a board wipe. He gets Blitz with Leech. Things are starting to look a little dodgy here. I'm not really sure how we're going to deal with that Takat. It's going to keep bringing things back. It's going to keep giving them Leech. He can either heal for 4 or 1. He goes for the 1, kills. He has armor, so doesn't take any damage. And he's got a Ray of Disintegration to murder the Demogorgon. And now we're in a bad spot. We don't have our combo. We don't have a board wipe. Got a little bit of card draw. And that's it. He's got a full board here.
My turn.
Burrowing Scarab. So one of the really cool card draw combos in this deck is you can play Burrowing Scarab and God Power it same turn. It means your opponent can't like levy it or transform it somehow. So you guarantee the heal, you guarantee the card draw. We get the rest of our combo and a Blight Bomb to boot so we can get rid of something. We can get rid of the Leech to try and keep his health down, or get rid of the 5/3, and that would mean he gets 1 less damage. So it took me a minute to decide here. I decided I wanted to get rid of some of his Leech ability. Try and not let him heal for 4. And all we need to do is stay above 14 health. He gets more Leech. You can deal 10 damage on board. And he can hit me for 3 more in the Sanctum, which would put me at exactly 15. This is exactly the number we need to be at. Blood Ritual, so he's getting himself really healed here. Back up to 26 now. We're going to need a really big Hippocrates monster. We're at 18. He plays a big 5/6. He's threatening lethal next turn. He's got the Rune of Fire. But luckily for us, we have the whole combo. We play Anhotep. We reduce Hippocrates monster to 0. We take 9 damage. Play the giant Hippocrates monster. Hope it's big enough. It's a 33-36. We play Necronomics. We're down to 4 health, but we play Over the Line. And boom. Got him for 41 points of damage. Just as we were about to die. GG's. Let's go. Big shouts to H-Pain for this deck list. It was a ton of fun. Thanks to AQUA for sponsoring today's video. Don't forget to click the link in the description below for those sweet giveaways.